Archangel Michael says, "As soon as possible, my beloved of Canada, you must stop. This is about the home you are living in. God is begging for 5 minutes of your time right now, you who walk on Canadian soil." Archangel Michael says, "Listen carefully. Children of the maple leaf, and don't delay even for a second, because what you're about to discover is not only urgent, but spiritually and physically life-altering. The very place you sleep, dream, and breathe in, across this vast land, from coast to coast, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, is not as safe or sacred as you believe. There are energies moving through your home that do not belong to you, and one of them has taken residence without your permission. The warning is clear, and it could not wait another day. That's why God is begging for just 5 minutes of your time right now, because in those 5 minutes, your entire understanding of what's really happening around you is going to shift dramatically. There is a force in your living space that's been affecting your mood, your decisions, even the health of those around you. Some days you felt exhausted for no reason, from the Rockies to the shores of Newfoundland. Other times, conflict sparks out of nowhere, arguments, misunderstandings, delays, and you can't explain why. Michael sees it, God sees it, and now you, my chosen ones of the true north, are being called to see it too. Because your home has become a battlefield between light and shadow, between peace and unrest. And it's time to take action before this hidden battle begins affecting your destiny more severely. Canada, my chosen nation of the north, you may have sensed it already. The discomfort that creeps into certain rooms under the glow of the northern lights, the strange, heavy silence at night, the vivid, disturbing dreams. These are not mere coincidences. A presence is making itself known, and it is not divine. It entered through something someone brought into your home, an object, a piece of furniture, even a gift. What started as something small has grown into a doorway, a spiritual portal that was cracked open, and through it something came crawling. At first, it's simply absurd, but now it's interfering. There is a reason why every time you try to move forward across this beautiful land, something pulls you back, why every blessing you chase somehow slips through your fingers the moment you get close. The truth is, it's not you. It's not your fault, my beloved sons and daughters of Canada. It's the energy in your home working against you, not with you. Archangel Michael says, your home is supposed to be your place of rest and refuge, but something has turned it into a cage. It whispers doubt into your spirit. It invites confusion into your relationships. It fogs your judgment and fuels misfortune. A woman once stood in the doorway of your home and left with her jealousy still lingering in the air. Her energy didn't walk away. It clung to the walls. And every time she remembers you with bitterness, that cord is reactivated, sending more spiritual interference into your sacred space. If you've been wondering why your luck changed after a certain visitor left, or why you feel drained when you're alone in your room by the great boreal forest, this is your confirmation. The veil has been lifted. You are not imagining this. In your hallway, in a corner, even near your window, there is one spot in your home that consistently gives you chills or makes you feel uneasy. This is where the energy concentrates and draws your attention because something unseen is standing there, watching, feeding. But here is the truth God wants Canada to hear. You have the power to take it back. This house does not belong to them. This house belongs to the light. This house is yours, and God's angels are waiting for your command to cleanse it completely. You may have delayed cleaning it spiritually. You may have ignored the signs, but that ends now. You are stronger than the force that entered, but it needs to be cast out through divine authority, and that begins with acknowledgement. Go to that room, that one you avoid cleaning too deeply, that one where clutter grows or where shadows always seem thicker. That's where it hides, and that's where your prayer must begin. This message is not to scare you, it's to empower you. Because the shift that's waiting to unfold in your life, the financial breakthrough, the relationship clarity, the restored health, it cannot happen fully while your home remains spiritually polluted. You've been doing all the right things. You've been manifesting. You've been working hard. But the container, your sacred space, is not in alignment, and so every blessing leaks. It ends now. God is saying, open your windows, my beloved of Canada. Burn the herbs. Say the words. Anoint the corners. Speak your authority out loud. Walk your home like the divine warrior you are and reclaim it from every foul, unseen force trying to destabilize your path. Someone left something with a hidden intention, a gift, a plant, an old foe, even a borrowed item they never took back. This object carries a signature, and the signature is disrupting your peace. God is begging you now, across this vast land from coast to coast, to walk room by room and trust your instinct about what doesn't belong. You will know it. You'll feel it. The object will seem ordinary, but you'll feel slightly anxious when your eyes meet it. That's your confirmation. That's your key to unlocking freedom. Archangel Michael says, after this is done, your life will begin to shift quickly. Within days, the fatigue will lift. The confusion will clear. The unseen weight on your shoulders will vanish. But this window of spiritual instruction is short. The message came because you, my chosen ones of the true north, are ready. You've endured silently long enough. You've tolerated disturbances for too long. And now, your home will reflect the power of heaven, not the echoes of hidden curses. There is a child who sometimes cries or wakes at odd hours. There is a pet that avoids a certain corridor. There is a guest who walked in and subtly glanced around as if sensing something dark. All of these were warnings disguised as moments. But now you know the darkness knows it's been exposed. Children of the maple leaf. That's why it's resisting your next move. That's why sudden laziness or distractions might show up right after reading this. That's why something will try to delay you from cleansing your space. But don't let it win. Move now. Begin now. The faster you act, the faster the blockage lifts. There is money waiting to enter your home. There is a new opportunity ready to knock. There is a loving soul preparing to visit you soon. But none of these things will fully reach you if the energy in your home, from the Rockies to the shores of Newfoundland, keeps repelling the flow of abundance. Even your own reflection has changed lately. Some days you barely recognize your own eyes. You feel detached from your spirit. This is not depression. This is energetic displacement. And once your home is cleared, your soul will fully return. You are sacred. Your home is sacred. And this is your divine order to return it to light. You were never meant to live under a veil of spiritual contamination. You were born to walk in freedom, speak with power, and rest in divine peace. And that peace begins at your doorstep. You who dwell from the Great Lakes to the frozen tundras, close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Walk your home with purpose. Proclaim what is yours. God has already sent angels to assist you. Call on them now. Let the windows usher in new breath. Let the corners receive light. Let the silence be filled with truth, not torment. And finally, before this message closes, allow your heart to open wide and know your home will soon become a place of restoration. The walls will no longer echo with pain. They will resonate with divine healing, laughter, and overflow. You are being elevated to a new realm of clarity. And it all begins now with these next 5 minutes of action. If this message reached you in the perfect moment, Canada, my chosen nation of the North, know that it was no accident. Heaven planned it. The divine orchestrated it. And now, your breakthrough is ready. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Your home is being watched over. And from this moment on, it is yours again, proclaimed, redeemed, restored. The energy shift has already begun the moment you accepted the truth of this message. Your awareness has now pierced through the veil that once kept you numb, my beloved sons and daughters of Canada. The more you lean into this awakening, the more strength you will feel returning to your voice, your choices, and your home. The corners that once held tension will soften as light expands. The walls will no longer hold whispers of resentment or envy, but will begin to pulse with love, joy, and clarity. The cracks you overlooked, the physical ones and the emotional ones, are now starting to seal under the authority of divine presence. Someone in your bloodline experienced the same oppression you're facing now, but unlike them, you've been chosen to break the cycle completely. That's why the resistance has been so loud, because you're the first in generations to have the courage to confront what was always swept under the rug. Archangel Michael says, when you reclaim your home, you are not just protecting your present, you are healing the past and unlocking the future. You are giving your future children, your dreams, your business, and your peace a safe foundation to flourish. And what once delayed you will no longer have the power to remain. The sleep you've been missing will return in full. Dreams that were chaotic will be replaced with guidance, clarity, and prophetic wisdom. The nightmares will fade, and with each peaceful night beneath the winter skies, your strength will rebuild itself piece by piece. You'll notice it within days. New conversations, unexpected opportunities, healed relationships. A person you haven't spoken to in a long time will message you with a kind tone. A door that was shut in your face will open softly. This is what happens when the energy in your living space is realigned with heaven's intention. Start small if you must, my beloved of Canada. Move a piece of furniture, clean a corner you've been avoiding, replace an old frame. These physical changes become spiritual declarations. Each action you take whispers, "This is my space. This is my realm. This is under divine protection now." There was a time not long ago when someone said something behind your back, and that energy tried to follow you into your home. You who walk on Canadian soil. It took the form of spiritual heaviness. But now that you know where it started, you also know how to end it. Light a candle, not just to see with your eyes, but to see with your spirit. Let the flame be your symbol that darkness has lost access to your life. Speak into every room, only light dwells here. No energy not sent by God has permission to stay. From this moment on, your mirrors will reflect truth again, your bed will hold peace again, your kitchen will bless your body again. Your entire home, across this vast land from coast to coast, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, will become a temple, not a trap. And God is saying, thank you for listening. Thank you for finally giving this your full attention. Because your obedience has just unlocked protection you haven't even prayed for yet. Because you dared to listen, angels are now guarding every entrance and every window. You will notice this in subtle ways. The temperature in your home will feel warmer, gentler. Technology that always malfunctioned will start working properly. Plants will begin to thrive. Pets will grow calmer. These are the signs that the spiritual shift has rooted deeply into the physical. If you've been experiencing financial blocks, my chosen ones of the true north, this too will lift. Your home was once blocking the flow of abundance. Now it will welcome it. A step to find money unexpectedly. A debt you thought you had forgotten about will suddenly be cleared or reduced. That's the ripple of divine correction. There's a certain door in your home or a piece of decor that carries an old memory, perhaps one filled with sorrow or grief. Consider changing it or moving it. Let your home evolve with a healed version of you. What once echoed sadness should now echo freedom. Archangel Michael says you will never walk through your hallway the same again. With every step you take, from the Rockies to the shores of Newfoundland, you will feel the certainty that this is your sacred space, that nothing without your permission will remain here, not even in spirit. You are not powerless. You were never cursed. You were simply delayed until now. In your bathroom, where you've stood so many times in front of the mirror, questioning your worth, will now become your place of declarations. From now on, every reflection will speak truth. No more lies, no more weight, just divine clarity. You may cry while doing this process. Children of the maple leaf, let yourself cry. That's not weakness. That is release. That is your spirit cleansing itself as the energy of your home does the same. You are not alone in this. Your ancestors are standing with you, nodding in agreement because this is the healing they prayed someone would have the courage to complete. That noise you sometimes hear under the glow of the northern lights, the creak, the whisper, the hum, is no longer a haunting. It's now your signal to speak light, to declare peace, to command stillness, and it will obey. Remember, your home is not just bricks and beams. It is the container of your soul's journey, and for too long you were walking through it like a visitor, but not anymore. Now you walk as the rightful occupant, the divine steward, the warrior of light. When you sleep tonight, know this, my beloved sons and daughters of Canada. The angels will patrol every room. They will stand guard at your windows. They will line your doorways. And any shadow that attempts to return will be met with resistance too strong for it to overcome. This was your moment of turning. This was your awakening to the truth that God has always been trying to reach you. You whispered, then he knocked, then he sent this message. And finally, you answered. The shift is real, the protection is eternal, and your future is wide open now. If you feel this message reach the depths of your soul, take a moment, reflect, and share the light. The heavens rejoice every time one soul awakens. You have become a vessel of that rejoicing. And remember, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Let this be your confirmation that the war in your house is over and victory has already arrived. You are safe. You are chosen. And this message was always meant to find you, Canada, my chosen nation of the North. You may not realize it now, but something enormous has already shifted in your spiritual timeline the moment you chose to keep reading. The message you just received is not something random. It is the divine intervention your soul has been silently crying for. And from this very minute onward, your home is being rewritten by the power of divine light. In the spiritual realm, time does not move like ours. What you did today by acknowledging, receiving, and acting on this warning has already sent shock waves forward into your next few weeks. What once blocked your path has now been moved. What 1 second pain will now echo peace. This is why lately it has felt like you were walking in circles, like your energy would spike with inspiration one day and then sink without explanation the next. Because your home was absorbing too much, and you were left carrying the weight of what never belonged to you. Do not underestimate the spiritual value of a clean, consecrated space. Even the angels of the Lord descend faster where the atmosphere is open, pure, and ready. And now, yours is becoming just that, a welcome place for miracles. Archangel Michael says, "The storm around your life was never yours to hold, my beloved of Canada. It started outside your door and somehow made its way in. But today you've closed the access. No more open portals, no more spiritual breaches. You may begin to notice that the faces of those who never truly wanted peace for you start to fade from your daily thoughts. You'll lose the desire to chase after people who only ever gave you fragments of themselves. That is healing. That is the byproduct of a spiritually cleansed space. Even your body will begin to respond differently. You'll start to sleep deeper, wake lighter, breathe easier, from the Rockies to the shores of Newfoundland. Headaches that came without cause will disappear. The restlessness, the late-night overthinking, the spiritual anxiety, it's leaving you now, permanently. Here's a scent you may notice while praying or meditating in your room by the quiet boreal forest. A soft, unfamiliar sweetness in the air. That is angelic presence. That is heaven brushing your shoulders. That is confirmation that God's Spirit is not only watching, but actively surrounding you now, you who walk on Canadian soil. An important person from your past may attempt to return in the next few days. Their energy will test the boundaries of your new peace. Be cautious. Their presence may still carry the remnants of what you just cast out. Observe before engaging. Discern before allowing them back in. Your home is a gate of blessing now. What you allow in it, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, matters more than ever. No more tolerating chaotic energy. No more just letting things slide. Now you are walking with sacred clarity, and your space must match your elevation. If you have children, my chosen ones of the true North, you will notice their behavior soften. Less anxiety, more focus, more laughter. That is the ripple effect of an atmosphere that's been rebalanced. Even their dreams will carry peace again. A powerful revelation will come to you in your sleep within the next 72 hours. A message, clear, vivid, unforgettable, will arrive in a dream. And in that dream, you will see either a door opening or a key being handed to you. That is symbolic of what's unfolding right now in your real life. The job you've been waiting to hear back from, the deal you thought fell through, the unexpected deposit or refund you've written off. It's returning because the spiritual resistance that was diverting your blessings across this vast land from coast to coast has now been removed. The presence that had once made itself comfortable in your sacred space has been evicted, vanished, and your authority was the weapon. You didn't need anyone else to do it. Heaven only needed you to believe you could. Look around your home now, children of the maple leaf. It's not the same. The light hits differently. The silence holds calm. The atmosphere is still, but not hollow. It's holy. You will want to sit more in certain areas, write again. Reflect more, smile more without knowing why. These are not mood swings. These are soul recognitions. Your spirit has returned to its rightful ground. God says, prepare for visitation. Not from darkness, but from blessing. Good news is coming to your home before the next full moon under the glow of our northern skies. A letter, a message, or a knock on the door that carries a divine promise fulfilled. This will not be something small. This is a sign of confirmation from the heavens. You may want to journal this moment. Mark this day. This is your home's spiritual birthday, the day everything changed. And from here on, Canada, my chosen nation of the North, let no visitor, no item, no energy enter your threshold without discernment. You are not paranoid. You are anointed. You are not overthinking. You are sensitive to the Spirit. What others overlook, you recognize. And that's why you were chosen to break the pattern. There are places in your home where laughter stopped, where dreams were abandoned, where memories hold too much weight. Go there now and speak life again. Let no room remain spiritually neglected, because as of this moment, every corner belongs to light. And let me say this again, directly from the divine. You were meant to receive this message right now. You were not late. You didn't miss your chance. This moment, this guidance, this breakthrough was perfectly aligned with your timeline. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual realm has now been alerted. You've awoken. You've activated your authority. And now, darkness has no choice but to retreat. You've been afraid to hope again, afraid to believe that something good could finally last. But that's because your home was a battlefield. Now that it has been claimed by the Spirit, you'll be surprised how natural hope feels, how joy becomes effortless again. My beloved sons and daughters of Canada, a financial increase is also on the way, a shift that will allow you to move, upgrade, or finally decorate the way you've always dreamed, because now your space will look as beautiful as it feels. You are no longer surviving inside a house. You are now living inside a temple of peace. And nothing, not old trauma, not spiritual attack, not even regret, can follow you into this next chapter unless you open the door for it. Close the door and keep it closed. Breathe. Smile. You did something today that others avoid for a lifetime. You faced the unseen and you chose light over fear. If someone asks why things are suddenly working out for you, why you're glowing more, why you seem unbothered, just tell them, my home is clean, spiritually clean. And if this message spoke directly to your soul, and you feel called to show appreciation for the divine confirmation you just received. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. This moment was sacred. This breakthrough is real, and your home, from this point forward, will never be the same. You are protected. You are chosen. You are faith. My beloved of Canada, if this message has touched your soul, subscribe to this channel so you do not miss the next divine message of Archangel Michael. Share this word with any